All right, so I just left Bob Gurr's house. Sorry. Guys, please, if anyone is eventually listening to this, excuse the background noise and the poor audio. In my rental car, it's July 10th, 2018. And I'm in my rental car, and I just wanted to record this so I didn't forget it. Anyway, this is kind of a kooky story, but I'm going to record it so I don't forget anything, and then I'll go back and try to do a little research on it later. But my friend and I were just at Bob Gurr's house. Of course, as I say on the podcast I host, the Ear to Their Disney podcast, I always say Disney legend and retired Imagineer Bob Gurr. So, we were at Bob's house, which was awesome. He had us over for dinner. We got pizza, Hawaiian pizza, which apparently is one of Bob's favorites, and we had a couple of beers. And it could be the beer where Bob is playing a trick on me, because this is pretty out there. But we're playing a trick on us, I guess. But this is pretty out there. But I wanted to record it, and whoa, that was a weird noise my car made. Hopefully that's okay. I wanted to record it anyway, and just to have it, so I can research it myself a little later on. And I obviously can't text while I'm driving. And everyone I know is asleep because it's midnight East Coast time and it's 9 o'clock West Coast time anyway. So I'm here talking to myself. So here we go. So we were talking to Bob about everything about, working with Walt Disney and his life and his interest in planes and flying and cars and trains and monorails. And it was a really, really awesome evening to just kind of sit back and talk to Bob. I never met him before, so it's cool to kind of just get to know him a little bit off of the phone and off of the podcast. Well, here's where it gets weird, and this is the weird thing. And again, I don't know if Bob was just putting us on or messing with us, but we started talking about physics and science and the future, and I think we got into it because we were talking about the self-driving cars, and it kind of went down this weird rabbit hole. So we eventually got to the subject of time travel. Yes, time travel, I know. Even as I say it to myself, I think that's a very strange thing to talk to a vehicle designer, but a genius, which Bob is. It's really weird to talk to him about that. But so that topic came up, and Bob started telling and I about an experiment that was done in October of 1971. As a matter of fact, at the same time Bob was working in the Magic Kingdom had just opened, and he was working at Walt Disney World in October of 1971. The opening date is October 1st, 1971. Anyway, that same month, apparently, time travel happened in real life. Now, I've never heard of this. I never researched it. I don't know if this is true. I'm certainly going to look this up when I get back to my hotel room in a little bit, which I won't mention because if I do put this podcast out there, I don't want anyone to know where I stay. Just kidding. I don't think anybody cares. Anyway, so apparently in 1971, in October, there was an experiment that was done that was based on Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. And this is according to Bob, where there were a whole bunch of clocks, digital clocks, I think digital, that were, maybe they were analog, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, there were clocks that were at the exact same time down to like the millisecond, right? And some of these clocks were left here on Earth, and some of them went into a super fast jet. Now, the way the experiment worked was this jet I guess, was faster than the speed of sound or something like that. It broke the sound barrier. And when it came back down to Earth, whoa, hold on. Skippy. The truck is just stopped in the middle of the road up here. Go around him. Sorry about the sound again. But where was I? Yeah, when the jet came back down to Earth, apparently the clocks were ahead. So those clocks had gone ahead into the future. That's apparently a proven thing, that even though it was milliseconds, fractions of a second, it proves that time travel is in fact a possibility. So whether you believe that or not, I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. I have to do a little bit of research on it, but that's the theory. So here's where it gets even weirder and wackier. And this is the part that I don't know how I'm going to prove it, or disprove it. But apparently Bob was super inspired by that experiment in 1971. So inspired that he did a lot of research on it. We all know, or at least my listeners of my podcast know, that Bob invented and built and created a lot of things. He has patents. He's a genius. I mean, he's there's no question about it. The guy's a genius. Now, is he Albert Einstein? I don't know. But he's an actual genius. He implemented a way, apparently, to use that technology that I don't understand at all, to make his own time travel device. All right. That's crazy enough as it is. Now it's going to get even crazier, because he apparently put that time travel device, hid it in plain sight, and any of us can kind of stumble onto it. Not only that, but we kind of have already. Apparently that time travel device is built into, and again, I can't believe I'm saying this, a vehicle, a car, for the Tomorrowland Speedway in Magic Kingdom. Yeah, that you heard that correctly. I don't know how. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's been used. I'm not sure. But he claims that he built it into a very specific car. It's a red car. It's the number one car. Red number one car in the Tomorrowland Speedway. So I'm going to go back to my hotel room in Anaheim, and as ridiculous as it is, I went to a little research and see. Sorry, I'm making a turn and looking behind me. See if that's even a car. First of all, I'm going to try to find that car, and I'm going to try to find if that experiment really happened, and then I guess we'll go from there. Okay, I'm still in my car, in my rental Kia, and I'm thinking a little bit more about this, and it sounds ridiculous. Like it sounded ridiculous when I said it the first time, and then I started thinking about what I said, what I recorded, and it sounds even more ridiculous when I'm thinking about it. Like, if the technology exists, why hasn't it been used? Why isn't it being used? But it's kind of hard to refute that if it's an actual experiment, an actual proven scientific experiment that took place coincidentally in October of 1971. I mean, it just sounds crazy. I know the whole thing sounds crazy. Again, I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm going to use this. This is the podcast when I finally lose my mind and go crazy. This is what Amy, my wife, is going to release to the public, because I'm talking out loud just to make sure I didn't forget anything that was said. And I don't think I did. I think that's it. All right. I want to go now. Hopefully I'll record a little bit more when I get back to my hotel, if it's not too late. I'll look into this clock theory. The clock experiment. I'll look into how realistic it was, and yeah, I will figure it out. Okay, I'm back in my hotel room. Sorry, I think I had my hand on a microphone there. I'm just using my regular, my portable recorder still that I had in the car, so I apologize for the sound quality. But I did a little research, did a little Googling, and I found this thing, this experiment called, I don't know how to say the first word, Hafele or Hafele. It's Hafele, Keating, Keating experiment. And I was going to read this, what I found, and you can kind of be the judge of what I'm reading here. This experiment was a test of the theory of relativity. In October 1971, so all right, the times match up, Joseph C. Hafele, a physicist, and Richard E. Keating, an astronomer, took 4 cesium beam atomic clocks aboard commercial airliners. They flew twice around the world, first eastward, then westward, and compared the clocks against others that remained at the United States Naval Observatory. When reunited, the 3 sets of clocks were found to disagree with one another, and their differences were consistent with the prediction of special and general relativity, which basically tells you that time travel is not only possible, but it's been done. So what? This experiment, which I've never heard of, I guess I didn't pay attention enough in school, apparently says that not only is it possible, that it's been done. So that part is true. Then I looked up the vehicles, the cars at Magic Kingdom, at the Tomorrowland Speedway. I looked through a bunch of pictures on the internet, and then I had my computer with me. That's how I just Googled this. And I Googled a bunch of... I went through a bunch of pictures of my own, and I have a picture of... I don't know if it's the right car that Bob mentioned, but it's a red car from the Speedway. It's with a white number 1 on it, black seats, with white racing stripes across the hood and across the back, the I guess the trunk. I don't know. Well, you can see how much I know about cars. I know you put gas in a car and it goes. And these cars are still gas-guzzling, gas-powered cars at the Tomorrowland Speedway. But yeah, it's a red car, like he said, with 2 white racing stripes and a number 1 on it. So both of the parts of the story that he said are true. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to do a little more research or something to kind of figure out, or talk to Bob again and see what he says. See if we can get him on the podcast to talk about it. All right, that's it for now. All right, it's the morning of July 11th, 2018. I'm just going to put this recorder down here in my hotel room. Sorry for the ums. I'm not... I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm not exactly in podcasting mode. But I just called Bob to get him... Sorry for the text. To get him on the record. Sorry. Lots of text coming through. That's not Bob. I just called him to see if he would get on the record and record on the record, right? Like I'm a reporter. But talk about it on the podcast, and he doesn't want to. So I guess that's his choice. But I'm going to have to kind of go at this by myself. So hopefully I can figure this out. He didn't really give a reason as to why he didn't want to talk about it. I guess it's a weird thing. I guess maybe he hasn't really shared it with anyone before. Maybe he has. I don't know. But again, it's a crazy story. It's completely unbelievable. Totally unbelievable, actually. But listen, the cool thing is I'm going to Walt Disney World in a few weeks, in a couple of weeks with my family. So hopefully Bob and I can get on the same page before then. If not, I know I will be riding and I never do, but it's usually just a long line especially in July, a long line in the hot sun, but I'm going to wait in line for it this time and just to prove it's a joke, get in try to get in that car. I'll ask and see if the cast member will let me sit in that car and prove that this is all phony and a joke. And that's probably why I didn't want to come on, because it's a trick, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker because I researched it. But all right, okay, that's it for now. Okay, so it's July of 2018. We leave, my family and I, my wife, my kids, and I leave for Walt Disney World in a couple of days. And I'm going to put this crazy theory to the test. I'm going to ride, like I said I would do, in car number 1. I'm going to ask for car number 1. Hopefully it'll be available. And then I'm going to put this theory to the test, I guess, or put it to bed once and for all. I mean, listen, it's a cool idea, but let's be for real. It's a practical joke that's being played on me, but I owe it to myself. And now that I've recorded, like, not hours, obviously, but minutes of myself talking about this, I feel like I owe it to, I guess I'll make this a podcast. So I owe it to the podcast listener as well. So you, the listener, I'm going to get to Walt Disney World. I will get to Magic Kingdom. I will record and, we'll see what happens. We'll see where I go, where in time I go. All right. So talk to you soon. All right, so here I am at Magic Kingdom. I got Amy to take the kids back to the hotel for a while. They were tired, and it's hot. Man, is it hot. Anyway, how hot is it? I cracked myself up. Anyway, I'm here to kind of prove to myself that, I don't know, that I was being messed around with, so maybe I don't know what to expect. I'm going to walk over to the Tomorrowland Speedway, and I'm going to see if I can get a cast member and ask them if I can ride in the number 1 car, and then we'll see. I don't know what I'm looking for. None of that's been confirmed. So I guess my plan is to get in the red and white number 1 car. Sorry about that. Get it up to about 88 miles an hour. And then I could say, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. Wow, that's a really bad Doc Brown impression. Anyway, we'll get the good old number 1 DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour, or as fast as it possibly goes. And we'll kind of see what happens. So if you're going to hang with me for a minute, I'm just going to walk down Main Street a little bit more. I'm actually passing the Main Street Fashion and Apparel shop. Of course, now that's just a part of the Emporium, but I can see Bob's window from here. And it says, the Big Wheel Company, Horseless Carriages, Bob Gurr. He actually shares that window with a few other Imagineers. It's a little different than out in Disneyland on Center Street out there, where I was last month, where Bob has his own window. I actually did a Facebook Live video out there when I was out there, and I talked all about where his window was. All right, so onward and upward, here we go, heading on my way to the Tomorrowland Speedway. I'll talk to you when I'm there. Alright, so I'm in line for the Speedway here. I hope you can hear me okay. I can't, there's no real way for me to test the audio here. So hopefully you can hear me. And I don't know what I'm going to look for in the number one car if I actually get to be in the number one car. Alright, next up I have to ask, I'm going to ask a cast member. Hang tight for 1 sec. Just one? Thanks. Hi, this is weird. Is it possible for me to request the number one car? It's red, it has white stripes. That's okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to stand off to the side here while I wait for the red number one car to come around. So, awesome. That was easy. Alright, so when I get in the car, I'll start recording again. We'll look and see what we can find. I'm nervous. This is really strange. Okay. I just don't know what we're going to find. Or if there is anything to find. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a minute, hopefully with a time travel device ready to go. All right, so I'm out on the track in the car, in the red number one car. There is a little metal thing here in the seat, next to the seat, actually, not in the seat, but next to it. I'm trying not to look like I'm fiddling with the car as I drive it. But it looks like there's like a box or something here. I mean, I'm gonna get my keys out of my pocket. Let me see if I can pop it open with my key. Just 1 sec. Because I can't, it's way too narrow for me to get my finger in there to try to pull it open. It opened. I opened it. It's open. Wow, there's these weird little, 3 little knobs in here. I can't read them. I didn't bring, great. Of course, I didn't bring my glasses. My wife's going to kill me. Amy's going to kill me. The one time I forgot to wear, well, I always forget to wear my glasses. You know what it is? I used to have those glasses that would fold up and fit in your pocket. But my friends made fun of me and called me an old man for wearing them. Anyway, I don't have my glasses. It looks old. It doesn't look like this does anything at all. There's like 3 little knobs. I'm spinning them around. They don't do anything. So I'm gonna close the box back up so I don't get in trouble. That's that. There was something. I mean, there's something there, but it's certainly not a time machine. I don't know what it was for, but it's not. I mean, I certainly didn't go back in time at all, or forward in time. I'm still on the Tomorrowland Speedway in 2018, so I don't know why I expected to be anywhere else. Oh, I dropped my phone. I'm back. I'm back. Took my eyes off the road there for a minute, but everything's good. I'm here. All right. Okay, I gotta calm myself down. I just got off of the Speedway, and I'm looking straight across it where Cosmic Race is supposed to be, and it's not Cosmic Race. It says Tomorrowland Terrace on the sign. Now, I know they didn't change the sign that quickly. And where Mickey's Star Traders is supposed to be, it's Mickey's Mart. What is Mickey's Mart? I've never heard of that store before. Holy... I'm looking around... I don't understand this. There's a mom pushing a baby past me in a metal a metal stroller. It's metal. And if you look to your... You can't see this. Why am I seeing you? If I look to my right, I see the teacups. And there's no cover. There's no roof. And I see 20,000 leagues under the sea. Somehow it worked. I don't know how, but somehow it worked. I got to go sit down. I can't stand. I can't even stand up. I can't feel my legs underneath me. I got to sit down for a while. So I found the newspaper, and yeah, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It worked. I mean, this sounds insane to say, but I can't. I went back in time. It says July 29th, 1972 on the newspaper. It's right here in my hands in the newspaper. I mean, it's impossible. It can't have actually happened, but it happened. I'm here. I'm sitting in Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom, but it's not the Tomorrowland I know or I've ever seen. I mean, everybody has...
Oh, nice hit there.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Everybody has different clothes and different... It's just so different. Okay. Whew, okay. I'm going to get myself together here. Got to get myself together. Calm down. Bob, what did you do to me, buddy? All right. Let me get to walk. I got to walk a little bit. I got to walk around a little bit. I'm passing Flight to the Moon, believe it or not, is here. I guess it would be Star Jets instead of the Astro Orbiter is here. Oh. And I can see the Skyway as I walk through here. I love the Skyway. Why is it so scary? Why is this so scary looking to me right now? I've never been afraid of the Skyway, but I'm afraid of it right now. You know what? I don't even know what I'm thinking here. I could just walk right back to the Speedway, get on, ask for the number 1 car again, get right back home. That's what I want to do. I want to do that right. There's no reason for me to stay here. I mean, I'd love to see more of Magic Kingdom in 1972, but I got to get back to my family. Yeah, it's the Grand Prix Raceway, not the Speedway here. Ah, shoot. There's a sign outside that says it says the Grand Prix Raceway will be closed for the rest of the day. There are a couple cast members up front. I'm gonna go see if I can talk to one of them. See if I can just get back in there really fast. Hi. Hi, excuse me? Hello?
Hello.
The sign says that the raceway will be down the rest of the day. Do you know if that's true? It is?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, thanks. Okay, you probably heard that it is. The Speedway will be closed the rest of the day. So I'm going to have to figure something out here. I just realized I have my phone in my hand. I better put that away. I don't need anybody seeing that. And another thing I just realized is I'm in a Scar t-shirt from The Lion King. That movie doesn't come out for like decades, so I better go find something, similar kind of shirt to wear. Do they have? I don't even know if they have men's shirts here. I gotta look. I would assume maybe in the Emporium they have them. But there's got to be a store that has something that I can wear. Okay, I got to take a break. Hopefully I'll be able to jump back on recording a little bit. Yeah, hopefully you'll hear from me in a little while. Okay. All right, I'm a little more calm now. I was able to find a button-down shirt, very, very fancy yellow one. At the Emporium. Amazingly, they took my American Express card, even though it was plastic. I was really worried about that. But they ran it like a regular card. I just told them it was new. The cast member looked like I had 5 heads, but she ran it anyway. And I mean, just walking up and down Main Street, it's so different, but it's so the same. It's just remarkable. And I was walking through Tomorrowland. I saw like Flight to the Moon and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and there's all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. I also took a few minutes to grab myself something to eat at Columbia Harbor House. Yeah, it's here in 1972. I mean, I didn't eat much, but I went upstairs to get a seat, and there's actually a kitchen and a serving area upstairs. I never knew that was there. It's crazy. So I just came to the realization that I can't sleep here in Magic Kingdom, and I won't be able to get back onto the Speedway until tomorrow. So I need to figure out a place to stay or sleep at. I guess I'm going to try my luck at the Contemporary or the Polynesian. Listen, I'm certainly not roughing it and sleeping outside at Fort Wilderness, that's for sure. I've never slept outside in my life, so not doing that. So I'm going to head outside the park now and see if I can jump on the monorail, and hopefully everything works the same as it works in 2018. I can get on the monorail and find a room at one of those hotels. So I'll catch you from one of the hotels soon. Okay. So I did decide on the Polynesian. I went up to the the nicest looking cast member at the front desk, asked if they had any rooms. They did. They had a cancellation this afternoon. So talk about lucky. Could you get luckier than that? As I was coming off the monorail, it was looking really super dark, like it's going to rain. So I'm probably here at the resort for the night. I'm going to head to my room now. I'll stop at one of the gift shops or something to grab maybe a little drink to calm my nerves. Or a couple of drinks. I don't know what the beer situation here is in 1972, if I can take beer out, but if I can, I will. I doubt they have High Life IPA or a craft beer. I'm probably going to have to deal with whatever kind of local or national beer there was at the time. Is it Miller time? It might be Miller time. Anyway, I got to get up early tomorrow to get the heck out of here and back, to get my life back together here. Yeah, okay. I'll record again when I get back to my room. So I'm in my room at the Polynesian. $48, by the way. $48 plus $2 tax. Excuse me. You can't beat $50 for a night at the Poly. So I'm here. You can hear the rain outside. It's super, super loud. Hold on one second. I'm going to walk over to the balcony here, the sliding glass door. I'm going to open it up so you can hear how loud it is. Yeah, so I'm glad. I think I'm in for the evening. It's getting late, and some things never change in Florida, like the rain. I'm just going to stay here, try to sleep tonight, and then in the morning head over to Magic Kingdom on the monorail, and hopefully just head straight to the Tomorrowland Speedway or the Grand Prix Raceway, and get back and get this all taken care of. So, yeah. For tonight, that's it for me.